This is the coronavirus diary for April the 24th, 2020. It's a Friday at Hilton Head Island, Palmetto Dunes, looking southward, Tybee Island outside of Savannah. Been quite a while since this virus outbreak. Spring break never ended. But despite some of the troubles, we're going to be cheerful. So tonight's gospel reading is from John chapter 6. Jesus went across the Sea of Galilee. A large crowd followed him because they saw the signs he was performing on the sick. Jesus went up on the mountain, and there he sat down with his disciples. The Jewish feast of Passover was near. When Jesus raised his eyes and saw that a large crowd was coming to him, he said to Philip, "Where can we buy enough food for them to eat?" He said this to test him, because he himself knew what he was going to do. And Philip answered him, 200 days' wages worth of food would not be enough for each of them to have a little. One of his disciples, Andrew, the brother of Simon Peter, said to him, "There is a boy here who has 5 barley loaves and 2 fish, but what good are these for so many?" And Jesus said, "Have the people recline." Now there was a great deal of grass in that place, so the men reclined, about 5,000 in number. Then Jesus took the loaves, gave thanks, and distributed them to those who were reclining, and also as much of the fish as they wanted. And when they had had their fill, he said to his disciples, "Gather the fragments left over, so that nothing will be wasted." So they collected them and filled 12 wicker baskets with fragments from the 5 barley loaves that had been more than they could eat. When the people saw the sign he had done, they said, "This is truly a prophet, the one who is to come into the world." Since Jesus knew that they were going to come and carry him off to make him king, he withdrew again to the mountain above. Let's talk about this story for just a short while. Feeding 5,000 or more with next to nothing. That's amazing. And getting leftovers, 12 baskets. That's also amazing. Because in the ancient world, among working people, there wouldn't be leftovers. They would eat everything in sight. So, this is a truly amazing story. Now, you'll notice that Jesus tests Philip and tests Andrew. And even though they had been with him for so long, it never occurs to them that he can pull off another miracle. So let's apply this to our own lives. Many of us watching this video have been with Jesus for quite some time. If you're like me, your mother taught you about Jesus a long time ago. And despite everything you've been through and everything you're going through and all the graces you have, somehow you don't think Jesus is going to come through tomorrow and get you the bread you need. But there's the story of man in the desert and how God provided. And that's what he does. He gives us bread from nowhere, bread from angels, bread from heaven for angels. Amen.